Hey, I didn't have the horrible sounds today. I think I really did work out what I was doing. We're gonna load game from the hard drive, as we are wont to do here. It's not the first time I've loaded a game from hard drive. Oh, you know what? Let me turn the lights off. It's not that dark right now, but you know, let's get some ambience going.
Help you folks. Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure.
Over
Nice girl.
here, it's
Who
night.
wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
It's not really night, but you know, it's night.
I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That
All the
Rose,
lights
she's
are
a
off.
nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances,
Who are you talking to, Barry?
mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this.
What?
Most of this stuff takes place on
Well, you ain't wrong, mister.
Lake
The
Weird.
Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane.
Do you have a false
Now,
leg?
some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
You pack your boat here?
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
That's normal. Does that just happen? Just lake's haunted. Boat eject. Sorry, I got distracted by dogs. Hot dog, chili dog, corn dog, taco dog, trailer trash dog, belly buster, monster dog, big dog, the famous dog, Granny Claus clam chowder, sparkling river special, Asgardian chicken parmesan, Cauldron Lake deep fry plate, zany chicken fried steak,
Just follow me.
salad, salad plus chicken, small salad, extra salad. Those were there as rabbit food, the salads.
A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The
It's the
scratching
thing.
hat comes
It's
for
just
you
a
in the
can
dark.
that I thought was extremely important for no reason.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting
I'm
to
here.
the best part.
I'm right behind you.
All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around.
Barry's
she's
gone a
the
bit
crazy
wibbly.
bad lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane
Oh,
before
one crow on
they
each.
both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
It's fine. Probably lucky or something. He doesn't walk very fast. I mean, it might be because he's
Well,
walking with
mister,
half the
this
number of
here's
legs
Rose's
I am.
trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
Oh yeah! You know what? I forgot to do that, didn't I? Hey, this is an anodyne? I completely forgot to change anything. That'll have to do. There we go.
We're just here to talk
Anodyne
to her,
tomorrow,
pal.
probably. Good call. Whose shoes is these? Probably Rose's shoes.
Welcome come to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
This seems normal. Let's just
Oh.
talk normally.
Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Oh, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
I wonder if anyone could ever have seen this coming. Sherlock Holmes couldn't have seen that coming.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
Told Kesh already. I saw someone the other day with unregistered Hypercam 2 watermark in the top corner. Unbelievable. I might try and find some other old ones. And just like fill the screen with watermarks for defunct recording programs. Just in an act of revenge.
I felt nauseous, hungover.
Oh,
and
that
my anger kept
is
me going.
not what's back there.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me.
Someone
She's
ripped
an
me
old
off.
woman in a funeral dress. I call her
My
Barbara Jack.
special thing.
She's
The
very strict.
unregistered Hypercam 2 never existed before me. Oh dear. I can't really read those.
She promises me
None of
I can save
pixels.
Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
And Noel, or is kind of a strong word.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper.
Ooh.
All I could do was get
But we
Barry
got
into the
thermos.
car, work something out once I got on the road.
Cooking with
Welcome
corn.
to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today?
Corn?
Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First big fella's tree. Milk and sugar on the couch.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get
That's
Barry
an
into the car. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It
Hey,
was
if this is
endless
too
visits
quiet,
that
tell
she
me.
paid
I mean,
for
this
him.
specifically is
Mr.
too
Randolph,
quiet, and
the writer and his smart-ass son,
I don't think I can do anything about that. But you know,
and they'd been in there
if
for
the game
hours,
overall is
past
too
her
quiet,
bedtime.
I can fix
He reached
that.
for the phone and called the sheriff's station. As quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Alan, you're always losing your gun and your flashlight. Right here. Right here?
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially
Oh, I'll
glad
turn it
I'm
up a
here
bit
talking
and then
to
turn
you
it back
and not
down when
home
it's
in
too
bed.
loud when I start
Once
shooting.
the weather takes a
I
turn
think.
like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare.
That might have been not enough of a turn. We'll shoot someone in the face and then see if it's too quiet. I mean, we do need a gun first. There is a thermos over there though, so that takes priority. Alan. I mean, I guess he only just woke
Oh,
up.
you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor guy.
Yeah,
This is
it's a
Agent
wine
Nightingale,
thermos.
FBI.
For his
Get
wine,
up,
for his day
Hemingway.
drinking.
You're under arrest. You move a a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane! What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Mr. Wake, come on!
Well, there's an issue. Hey, this is a good judge of volume, though. A lot going on, and there's people shooting guns.
Stop running! We have the suspect in sight!
I've got a plan. I'm not gonna stop running.
Oh, damn.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Might miss some of these. It seems like a long time since I picked one up.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison.
These are just too quiet in general. Not a lot I can do about that.
It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a
Which
brief,
is a shame.
terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Because they don't want anyone to hear his shitty writing, Cash. So what buy his book then? Is it because your writing's mediocre and you were embarrassed? Yes! Is that just light or is that a manuscript page? Because you can't... I'm gonna run over there if I see that. My manuscript page.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her
Rose,
teeth
how'd
in an
strange old lady get in your
approximation of a
trailer?
smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. Pretty girl, she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Rose got nodded. Fallen to the power of darkness. Alan, you gotta stop being out of breath, bud. It's new city ordinance in force. That's why the police are after you. If I stop for a second, he'll catch his breath. It's just, I don't wanna. Is the thing. It sounds like that's going well for them. Hall cops, what a shame. You got like any gear?
This horror was everywhere.
Kinda need a
I
gun
went,
and a
circling
flashlight.
me.
Just one or the
cops
other
didn't stand a
doesn't really
chance.
help.
They were after a writer, not a monster.
Dot. Why are you shooting me? Well, he's got more problems now. We got air superiority. Helicopter versus birds. The result may surprise you. Bird win. This is so wibbly. I'm sorry I'm like moving this all weird. It's because it's very, very sensitive. Just don't want to zoom in at all. Whoop. Very dramatic when you press the jump button by accident.
Mulligan, Thornton, come in.
Wait.
Thornton here. Jake, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on. Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Dawkins to take a look at both.
Rose is too strange. Please advise.
You better get them here quickly.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
This gate has been made
Unnatural
angry.
shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
We have a light. It's just
There was no power to the searchlight.
not doing well. Beautiful. Just enough. Why is this? Why is there a path to nowhere? Past the gate, beyond the gate. Who built this mountain? I'm not sure what the like general like default public opinion on Alan Wake is right now. A lot of people don't like it because Alan is in it and you wander around in the woods a lot. But I guess to try to drill up some hype for the new one. I always thought Alan Wake was pretty good.
To
Oh,
recognize
hey.
the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Ideal. Flashbang goes in the same slot as flares. It's way better than flares. You don't get as many. They're a lot. Yeah, flashbang's the most powerful weapon in the game. It's slightly bigger than a flare gun, I believe. The area it just destroys them in. Doesn't leave the like after effect of the flare still being on the ground. Heck. Still got, you know, it's a minute before it goes off. You want to watch out for that. Do it again. Yeah, exactly. Okay, maybe you got me that time. Just a little bit. Got a couple of those.
Here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Can I get a drink real quick?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Yeah, I think like
For me too. What's going
people
on?
were always like, Alan Wake, that game's fine. I like Alan Wake more than I dislike Alan Wake. Oh. Who put this tree here? Ran right into it.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons.
I think it's
The old
slightly
lady
better
promised
than
that
middle of the
all
road.
her wishes would come true. She would be
It's
found
always
next
been
to
my
She was smiling
position.
so hard it hurt her face.
But I know a lot of people are just like, yeah, you just kind of wander around in the woods for
Outside,
like
she was
12
sad.
hours of game. It needs an area that's not the woods. It probably does. I do like the woods. They're nice woods. Probably could do with a non-woods zone. I think there's one level that's not in the woods. And it probably is the best level. I don't know. I don't remember when everything happens anymore. I saw you. You're not nothing. You're not sneaky. No one thinks you're cool. Alan is presently tired. You got any flashbangs for me? Since you don't have a driver or doors? You do. And enemies. Now if it gives you stuff, Alan Wake, it probably wants you to use it. I am trying to save as many of these flashbangs as I can, but you know. We'd probably be fine to just chuck them as well. I don't want to use one on just this one guy, because I know I can keep stunning him. Can't really go behind anything. He's gonna just keep throwing stuff. And Alan will not stop being tired. Whoa! If you could, like, group up. Alright, now I'll do it. I think the other guy's still fine. Not anymore though, we hit checkpoint.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
I think the gameplay is just very fun. Even though Alan's, you know, he smells of unwashed ass and Old Spice. Oh, I do really like the radio man. It's just,
Well, thank you very much for that.
it's just a nice old man.
Lorna.
And people just call in because they know him.
Surprise. The famous writer
Just have a
Alan
netta.
Wake just walked in, folks. I'm gonna see if I can talk
He's a little wiggly.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
He's a bit wibbly wobbly, is that lad?
Oh, I'm
Hi,
so
Sil.
glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa.
This guy just like rattles off Wikipedia's list of horror authors
Cool your jets, Nightingale.
as every time he sees us, even hears about us. Just real mad.
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Please don't shoot the nice radio man. You can shoot Alan. It's not. Yeah, it's not really a horror game.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
That's
Eclipse,
a
it was
burn.
ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed
Young
his
man,
arm.
you almost
"Young
shot
man,
me.
You almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free.
It's so much better than Homecoming. It's wildly better than Homecoming. I tend to like Remedy games, I don't know. They tend to do kind of arcadey combat, even though it's kind of fallen out of fashion. Control a bit like that. I liked Control a lot. I think Alan Wake is probably... Okay, I never played Quantum Break, obviously, because no one played that. Of the ones I've played, Alan Wake's probably the worst Remedy series. I think they started at the top with Max Payne, and they're never gonna reach that peak again. Thanks, Shallow. Thanks for playing that bean. How you doing? We have got now. Oh yeah, sure. I'll play Control for you. He's far more like horror aesthetic than actual horror. There's not really like an attempt at doing real horror stuff. Stop it. Three of them. Let's resolve this. I only got 5 of those left. I probably don't want to. Probably don't want to use one every time.
It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like
I could probably kill 3 guys without using the most powerful weapon in the game. Oh, glad I threw that. Real glad I threw that right now. It's fine. We're fine. I guess while I'm here. I don't know if this is Luigi's Mansion. You being a bit generous to old Alan. Yeah, there were 2 big guys. That's a problem, because the big guy does do half of, like, literally exactly half your health and damage if he hits you. So... got an achievement for all those thermoses. Yeah, we're not big Stephen King fans here.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut.
Damn good cup of coffee.
Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer a question.
Alan's bungalow.
Business was all he'd say.
Someone were trying to explain, like, to someone in chat when Gio were playing Disco Elysium, someone were trying to explain, like, the difference between Shivers and Inland Empire. And they were like, Shivers is Dale Cooper, Inland Empire is Fox Mulder. I liked it.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark.
It was an elegant way to describe the difference.
Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice? I'm here.
I'm so alone.
Alice, don't be
It's all
weird.
gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
We do have a lot of bullets. It
The
did give us.
connection had been
We are
terrible,
really
but
stoked
that
right
wasn't
now.
the only thing that
We have
had
4
me right at the call.
flashbangs, 10
She
shotgun
sounded
shells, and
wrong
41
somehow,
bullets.
But she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the
Finding.
bridge's steel
Oh,
frame,
is it objects?
wrapped in
I guess my
darkness,
bullets don't matter.
floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Should have saved some of those flashbangs, huh?
I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore.
I think
hoped
trying to
could find
use like
car
a
from there.
building as like a choke point to funnel them into is probably not a good idea in Alan Wake. You have the good dodge. You need the open space to use it. You just kind of want to get everyone on one side. Yeah, I remember this bit.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Bod. This is the hardest enemy in the game. It's stuff. Oh dear. You hate to see it. I haven't, Sylvie. I'm sorry.
And a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore.
Should have learned from your
I hoped
example.
I could find a car from there.
So the like stuff enemies, it's just darkness. You just have to shine the torch on them until they die. Bullets don't do anything. You're just shooting like pipes and bits of wood. It's not helpful for anyone. Flashbangs do, because they're light as well as damage.
Pursuing me was growing
I could resolve this real quick, actually, when I think about it. Probably a more sensible way to do this. I only got one of the doors. I got the one to the back somehow. Yeah, let's just leave. The really had to dodge because you don't get the like slow-mo when you do a perfect dodge on them. You can't do a perfect dodge on them. So you actually have to not rely on the iframes. You have to not be in the way.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Not if you're getting attacked by a possessed barrel,
As a
then you
teenager,
get no
I was
iframes.
interested in writing. Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all
Oh
the
really?
morbid
Stephen
objects
King,
that
you
come to
say?
life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything
I am holding
but.
down BL and
The
you need
darkness
to
could
switch.
possess anything, and it was getting closer.
So there's different types of flashlight in the game, and the different types are like, there's a bigger one, there's one that's like taller, and that does more damage. And I think uses a battery slightly faster. There's this one which is real long, which means it fits 3 batteries. And then there's a long version of the tall one as well. Really you want... Honestly, you want whatever like the most recent one it gives you is. You don't want the default ones, they're a bit rubbish. Ideally, we'd be doing more damage and be able to fit more batteries into the thing. Never a bad spot to be in. Might be a bit too liberal with those. Well, he shouldn't have given me so many. Alan Wake's a pretty, if it gives you a thing, it wants you to use it kind of game. Plus, if we have anything left at the end of the chapter, it's just gonna go away. Head and cover. Whoa. That's gonna be awkward. Give me a second. Okay. In light, you can hurt them. It's true. Oh, TV. It's the show. Aaron's gonna have to just deal with the fact that my show's on now. I'm watching my show.
Cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs.
I love that they made this silly TV show. They went crazy with like the weird fake TV shows in Control, and it's amazing. Also, the VA for Alan Wake features heavily in them, and it turns out when he's not being Alan Wake, he's really cool and fun, and you want to see him.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs.
Specifically when he's being Alan Wake, that he sucks.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
We're not gonna miss the episode. We'd have to tape it.
I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson.
Never kiss a lady.
Looking for mythology. It makes
Not even once.
and such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Now we know. Ooh.
The darkness surged towards
Got a lot of
me,
these.
sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
I believe there's a boss fight coming up. Kind of. It's a little different from the other boss fights. Whoop. Oh. The bulldozer can run over the guys, and I believe it hurts them even if they're in darkness, because it's a fucking bulldozer. You're really hoping he gets stuff. Whoop! Hey, it's just that easy. Just stay to the side of him. And kill all the little guys. It's fine. Oh, watching, I watched, I don't want to be rude, but I watched, what's his name? John Struct Proximate? He's in the silly Final Fantasy V videos I did on YouTube. And he streams on Twitch, and he's really cool, and I do really like watching his streams, but he's terrible at video games. And he was stuck on, like, the Pat I've done this stream for, like, 2 hours. We got flares. Not as good as the flashbangs, but you give me 10 of them, and they're still really good, so... We're doing flares for a while. Yeah, he didn't manage to beat the forklift, he just managed to open the door and get out before it could get him. And he gets stuck in the doorway. Okay. Is the darkness forklift certified? Well, you'd know. You're the darkness expert.
Sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal
You know all about the darkness.
The coal mine wasn't far now.
Could Alan Wake defeat Xehanort? He can't, like, fly or, like, do combos, but he's like a chubby dude who gets out of breath after like 10 steps.
Today, I would meet
he has a gun,
and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any
so
other choice.
you know that might even the odds.
Clutch at a straw.
It's gonna flashbang Organization 13.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Pleasant. Don't turn when you're driving the car. We know now. Keep your eyes fixed straight forward. There's stairs there. I'll have a quick peek. Only the boys in the heart of darkness, in the light, in the sorrow, in the past but future can drive forklifts. I would not trust Sora to operate heavy machinery. I definitely wouldn't want that boy driving a forklift. I know he's handy with a keyblade, but we're talking about a different beast here. Someone's gonna get hurt.
I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained.
Maybe Sarah could summon Ralph to drive the bulldozer.
Lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet.
It's gonna wreck it.
I'm just so peeved right now. Some people just shouldn't be carrying badges.
My nice granddad has been hassled by the police.
And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing.
Hey, Cap.
Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first...
And we'll just take this car, because that one's stuck at the bottom of the stairs, and this is fine. Keys are in the ignition. PSA, a cop's job is not to help you. Do not be fooled. This car is having problems trying to go up this hill. It just kind of loses traction at random. Want to peek this Firewatch? Is this where we just were? I think this is where we just were. Which means there won't be anything in the Firewatch, except I'll be able to see the helicopter crash. No, this is a different one. It's oriented differently.
Welcome back to KBF.
What? How? You've just done...
Now, Doc,
You just did a radio.
finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Oh.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Matt. But I think love's real.
I do like him. I'd stick around and listen to the radio shows, but I think that might ruin the pacing somewhat. So we're saving that for the silly TV show. Well, that we're open. Alan, we need to talk about how your neck works when you're in a car. It's not correct. It shouldn't snap at 90-degree angles. There's gotta be a page in here or something. There's gotta be. No? Ah, there's one.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Weird. I was hoping there wasn't fall damage. But I can't be bothered trying to wiggle Alan down the stairs, because he is kind of a wiggly man. Sorry, I forgot where we parked. We should probably take the car, because this fucking dude is out of breath 85% of the time. No shattered kneecaps here. Unless you fall off the bridge, then you just die. But that's fair. I knew I shouldn't be off the bridge. The barrel just had other ideas.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Oh, that's a pitch.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Oh. 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks. I do wonder if, like the Dagnus people.
Cops had to be looking for me.
There can't be like real people from the actual town. Like everyone's looking for the one guy who disappeared right at the start. Like he was an actual guy. Like the first boss.
Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back, or the
no one ever mentions like the other 100 guys who also attacked you. So that's like the dudes from like the various crises that the town's undergone that all involve the lake mysteriously.
The bastard never showed up.
Or are they just like guys made of darkness and they're not actual guys at all?
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big
They are markedly less human than the real guys, but it could be because they've been dead for longer, or it could be because
I'm through being jerked around by you.
they're not actual guys. You know, the normal ones don't talk to you or anything.
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello?
Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
Okay, door stuck.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Go get to Mirror Peak. Is that helpful?
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Can I scoot on down? Is this allowed? That looked wrong, but also I didn't die, so is that correct? Or am I stuck forever in this bad basement? I have too many flares. Also, that's a thermos. Give me that. See, I'm meant to be here. There's coffee thermoses. Coffee is only for people who are going the right way. And by coffee, I mean wine in a thermos. This is the law. I decided on Cash's stream.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
He just likes wine a lot. A lot of revolvers around. It's really worried that I missed the earlier several revolvers. Did you just punch me through this? Unbelievable. Well, that didn't go well. I probably shouldn't have walked right into him with the flare, but normally they back off instead of hitting you in the nose. We already saw this one. I think I've got full ammo, and everything around there just gives me more ammo. One more bullet. Please. A little bit. Alan's very strong. Or at least, you know, owning guns in this world is very strong. He's also very fragile and kind of clumsy and stupid. What? It's fine. You don't need to kill every possessed object you come across. I know that's coming to life. Those things don't exist unless they're gonna punch you. Someone's mad. Do I want in? Well, that's unfortunate. It kind of carried me along and I couldn't move. I don't think I want it in. This is the run. I like the strategy from before. takes so much touch. Why be stingy? I so press dodge. You know I press dodge, Alan. Don't even pretend I didn't press dodge. Oh. That works too. Just gotta get on him real quick. It's fine. Also, possibly use those flashbangs. I'm gonna try and throw a flashbang into the hull. The reason I didn't try it before is because the way Alan aims, that's not an easy shot. Yeah, thanks, Alan. Never mind, got through the wall.
What the hell? The only way to reach the hillside
Cat,
ahead
please?
was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
I do love when he gives you a cat. It's just very funny to me. That guy's not even hurt. He's just owned. The damage was purely emotional. It's not quite that part in John Wick where he's cat jousting everyone. I heard that. You best not be throwing stuff. Phew. Now we just drive on back. Now we just drive on back. Carrie's quite damaged. But you know what? My Alan's fine. Whoop! Need this to not be happening. Don't know what direction I'm facing right now. Okay, found me. Let's get the flashbang. Actually, I haven't. I don't know where I am. Get back in the car. This is fine. We just do another pass. We work out where we are exactly. Try and exit the car while still maintaining our direction. Right, this fence here is where we're going, I think. Awful smoky hour. It does just whoosh your camera around, even if you don't get hit right as you're getting out of the car. It's fine. Just needed a minute to reorient the car. Too many pots and pans bouncing off the roof. We going up? We going... Y'all can stay in there. Ah, I blocked one of the bullets. But pretend he wasn't poking through the wall there. That'd be weird. I saw you. You're not sneaky. There might be another guy. Yeah, there's 3 other guys. Oh, they're all stuck. Ah. Really don't want to just reload one bullet at a time. You want to mesh as fast as possible to reload all of them. I do kind of like that you mesh the button to reload faster. All the weapons in the game are ones that you load like 1 bullet at a time into, which is something that completely missed in American Nightmare, which I think is quite funny. But American Nightmare's not good. Don't play it.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell.
He'll reload faster if you just keep mashing to put all the bullets in as fast as you can.
Were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Oh. It's fine. Just a tree. Trees can't hurt you. Tree would never do that. I always have full batteries, and I'm not like frugal with them. If I need to use them, I'll just use them. I don't give a.
There was no way the
I don't give a shit. We're not here to collect batteries. We're here to kill the darkness. Oh. I don't sense any treasure in that direction. We don't have to kill these puddles. They're not hurting anyone. It's very satisfying when you do it, I guess. Ah. Oh, you're close. Would have expected him across. More coming. At least one more. Another one. More than one more. It's giving me too many of these. Game, you're giving me too many of these. Whoa! He's doing the move again. There's 2 of him. Remember that L1 is left trigger is not your aim. You're always aimed. It's just for the touch. So you can do it while reloading. It's fine. It's a completely different function than gun. It seems like it's aiming because it zooms the screen in and it makes him like do an aim physically. But he can shoot a guy just as good like this than he can like this. Alan's built different.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Dang. I see you, Barrel. Don't trust you. Let's take the high road. Well, we got mine. It's not where we're meant to be going. Do I need an item cache? No more flashbangs. Game. Game, you give me 8 of these. Okay, the chapter's gonna end soon, is what the amount of resources it's giving me is telling me. But until then, you know, let's have some fun with it. Why not? We've still got 7 flashbangs before we have to break out the 6 flares and the flare gun. Forgot I had a flare gun. It's just, there's just so many things. I got so many things. Shotgun ammo for days. We got 19 shells. I've never seen this many shells.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all
Oh, is that the
names
other
and
shotgun?
pages I had for Alice.
That's the other
If that
shotgun.
wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
So this is the final weapon in the game, I believe. This is the pump action shotgun. It doesn't do as much damage as the double barrel shotgun. It's pretty close. Generally, if you don't have many shells, you want the double barrel. If you have loads of shells, if you're tripping over the dang things, you want the pump action, and then you just replace the revolver with it. You don't need to think about revolver right now. Why is this over here? Is this where I'm going? Why is that over there then? Okay, it moves when I move. It just wants me to go either way. Can't stop me, I have too many flashbangs. Is that a thermos I see? Whoop. Whenever he goes into slow motion, I do like to aim at someone and quickly tap the aim button. Just like turn at them and quickly tap the torch button. Because it'll probably mean that whoever I choose is stunned when the thing ends. Someone's honking. Not anymore. It's very red out. It's all these, but like, I don't know, man. I think I'm doing okay. There's one shell for the regular guys with the double barrel, right? On Nightmare, it's two with both, I think. Whoops! Completely whiffed one of those. Probably just go where these are first then. Oh, you know. The opposite. Is that all 5? This is on hard mode, by the way. Don't tell me to turn the difficulty up. I have to beat the game before I can turn the difficulty up. And even then, I think flashbangs are still a one. It doesn't change the amount of damage flashbangs do, but it does change some of the enemies that spawn.
In the same direction I was going. A cold
You'd probably be
feeling
seeing more
settled
big
itself in the
guys.
pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
And it also makes them take slightly more bullet damage. Slightly less bullet damage. So, I believe it's 8 bullets for a big man with the revolver. Ooh, that's a boss. Heck. Give me a minute. There goes the boss. Might be a little too red, those flares. I don't think Nightmare mode is that much harder than hard. I think it's always just not that hard to give. I guess it's the difficulty is mostly like at the start of levels where you don't have infinite of everything, and also any section where the barrels are attacking you. Please. I'm nice. See, here's the thing with the objects. Like I ducked under that, so I dodged. If that had hit the ground and bounced differently, it would have been too low for me to duck under, and it would have hit me, even if the dodge timing was good, because you don't get the iframes. Oh, it's a little. It can be a little annoying, but it's, you know, they're the only thing that's that likely to kill you, I guess. Anything can kill you. You do take a lot of damage, and it's hard to get out of. If you get dogpiled, it's hard to get out of it. Sorry, I'm just swearing.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination.
Alex Casey is Max Payne, by the way.
Even now, I was angry at myself.
Just for context.
Angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
He was in a novel. Funny thing about it, it was the most horrible thing I could imagine. It's kind of funny that he imagines he's in a graphic novel and a video game. In law, both incorrect. It's just book. Graphic novel, but with less pictures. Just the fridge or everything? Looks like everything. Reckon if Alan doesn't get too tired too fast, it'll be really hard for him to line up to get us down here. And we don't get anything for fighting those. They're just boxes. Whoop. Let's go inside. We can probably slightly more safely get rid of them from here. If we have to. I guess we're probably supposed to run back and think this is taking too long, but I don't have that function in my brain to tell me that this is taking too long. I'm gonna get them. I saw a B prompt, I don't know what it was. I have so much ammo. That was the Bryce.
Outside of writing is a
Bryce
struggle.
TV.
I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed
Rifle?
to read some of it. He's a poet. And a good one.
We have a lot of shells.
He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake. using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
We'll just assume we find another shotgun at some point. I think we can't we can't swap back anymore because we've pushed the shotgun all the way under the bed, but you know. Made my mind up. Awful blowy out. Trees are just going down like dominoes out there.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Kidnapper had sent me a text. His grammar was terrible.
Birds.
Shouldn't have gone for that when the birds showed up. That was an unforced error. Ah, wrong one. Flares for birds. Someone was flashbanged. Someone's having a bad time. Flares for birds. There's a lot of them. Not just a few birds. Is this a maze? Left-hand wall? Wow, the left-hand path is always obstructed. Horrible. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. It says that way, so let's stick to the left-hand wall. In search of thermos flasks and treasure.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
I hate when my brain gets stabbed. I did swap back to the revolver from the rifle. We don't have quite as much disposable ammo as we did for the shotgun. And the rifle is the most powerful weapon in the game. Most powerful bullet weapon. The flare gun and the flashbang are the most powerful weapons.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost
So
story
they're just
ever told or heard.
hundreds of hunters that all just got owned? Like so many hunters? Is that what's going on? Alan, we need to be able to walk up this slope without having to climb every few steps, I think. I think that'd be nice at least. We're fine. Ooh, hunting bullets. Wrong way? Whoa! Stop it. I don't know what happened over there. I know there's another guy. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's stuck in a rock. Well, I think we'd probably be fine just leaving him. Don't need to chase down every guy who gets stuck in a rock. Flask. I think Alan Wake was good at the time when it came out as well, because, you know, it's not a game where you play as a tier 1 operator or a cop who shoots union members. And that was like, there wasn't a lot of other options.
I have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help.
That was 95% of all games. Those two options. How close to like... Oh. How close to Dead Rising was this? I do think Dead Rising's a lot better than this. I really like Dead Rising a lot. Looks about right. I think that should be okay. It's not an exact science. I probably want to move it up now. That'll be it. We can't like jump upwards, really. It's the jump we have isn't for that. The answer's not going to be anything that involves ascending at all. Whoa. I thought we were going off the edge. He takes like an extra... Watch out for that step. There is fall damage. It's not a lot of fall damage. Good science, Alan. We want to use the ladder and not fall in the hole. Never mind. Why are we kicking this? Do we need to be on this side to get the bridge where it needs to be? Oh, geez, Alan. Watch where you're pointing that. That's probably about right. It's not quite a straight line, but I don't want to have to jump to anything higher than the floor that we're jumping from. There's too much risk of his like toes hitting the edge and just him falling off. He's a silly man, you gotta remember. If his toes hit the ledge, he's gonna just drop. Puzzle. Another Firewatch here? My Firewatch sense is tingling. like Firewatches, they're cool. This isn't one.
Lightning
This is a
flashed
wooden
before the
fort.
windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
We're on a comeback tour. Probably just did a murder. That's fine though, because we like him. Whoop. Careful on the stairs. Birds. I didn't mean to drop that. I'm getting a bit low on batteries actually. That doesn't normally happen. I wonder if that should give me enough time for this. Right. Checkpoint.
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
Well, we have another flare gun too, so... And 7 regular flares. I think we'll be fine. Some batteries in there as well. Just everything we could need. Any birds out? Oh. Stop it. That hit, it didn't look great, but it counted because I'm an Alan expert. I hate that they keep coming from underneath me. You're birds, you go in the sky. This is incorrect. Again? We take those? We love them. I can't move the camera for that bit. So sorry about the paw angle. It's kind of overkill on these guys, the hunting rifle. Considering 2 revolver bullets do it. It's quite satisfying though. Not that way.
Shit.
Alan is a very well armed, but still comparatively tiny man. With a lot going on around him. You know there's an ambush here. Let's not even mess around. You want to jump out now? Oh, let me just pick up all these goodies with no conflicts whatsoever. You later. Okay, that was a pretty good ambush actually, I'd say. I lost 80% of my health in 1 second. Where's the other guy? The damage the enemies deal is actually the same on every difficulty, even easy mode. That would have still been an 85% health ambush. It changes how much damage the enemies take from you, though. Cauldron Lake, the 8th deepest lake in the world. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could not be considered to be active, but it has not erupted. Could be considered to be active, but it's not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970. Even then, the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for area residents. Don't trust that lake. We have so many rifle rounds now. Just won't stop giving me stuff. He hasn't even given me anything to shoot with this dang rifle. It's just giving me birds and barrels. Heck. I want to go this way. I was mashing, he wouldn't dodge. He was busy, he was reloading, he was thinking real hard about it. Okay, that's a problem. Did he shove me instead of hitting me? I'll take those. I'm using a lot of these flares. It's giving me so many flares though. What are you doing all the way over there? Throwing stuff. Because if it had hit me, I'd have lost half my health instead of 1/10 of my health. That's actually a good move. It might be worth it in some situations to just get so close to them that they do the crap move instead of the one that hurts.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Boss isn't gonna like this. Alan, can you hold your gun more sensibly, please? It's dragging on the floor. You're gonna go shoot it and it's gonna be full of shrubbery. Oh, we're kicking stuff? Powerful kicking feet, this uncle. I play a lot of games about uncles. Alan Wake's not a good uncle, but he is an uncle. It's Tom. Tom. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom? You talk to me on TV, Tom? CW and TZ? That's Tom Zane for sure. I miss you, Tom! Tom. Alan, I wanted that shotgun ammo. Please. Still full of bum bullets. Oh, hunting rifle. Damn, I have enough. That's unfortunate. But you know what? We'll take those. Glad I equipped that, the flashbang there. That would have been hard if I'd had to actually do it. Rough one.
I could see Cauldron.
My initial thought was just turn 90 degrees and throw a flashbang, because I saw there were a big guy over there. It took him a really long time to throw the flashbang though, because it's the kind of game where you get stuck in animations a lot when you're not expecting to.
I was close now. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. Get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait, are you? Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
Where are you yelling at me from? My objective marker says this way.
The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have a wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see?
That's not what you want to hear. Dang. I'm gonna skip the musical interlude. And we saw what happened previously. We were right there.
Alan. Shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
Might do one more today.
I fell.
I had to give you
I think there's only 5.
Fight it. You went through another rough period.
I'll think about it.
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been.
Levels start off pretty quick and then get massively longer.
No, you're lying.
The first 2 were an hour each, I think, and then that one was 2 hours on its own, and then this one I think is the longest, and then the last one's a bit shorter again. That'd be a cool place to leave it, actually, but I want to play more Alan.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Screen kind of wiggly. Okay, that's Alan Wake fell in the Alan Lake, and now we're going to leave it there for a minute, because I'm going to have a quick Alan break. I'll be right back. Again, the first few, like, pretty cold days of the coming winter. But, the heating can handle it right now. Also, I think I have Maltesers here. I think it's definitely wine that Alan drinks. Just writers? Something about the act of writing requires the writer to be constantly drunk on wine, specifically, I think. Or on psychedelics, but then he'd be a cool writer, and Alan's definitely not a cool writer. Also, that was rubbish, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasted your time with that. I do have Maltesers, by the way. Just need to find a spot for him. Did I knock the wire out? No, okay.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
It was just weirdly quiet.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better?
Not a big fan of the filter on the screen. It looks a lot better on
I
the
see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm.
on your end than it does on mine. My TV settings are still fucked.
That's the spirit.
One day I'll remember to change.
Alan, I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Oh god.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating
How's the nose, Hartman?
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Anderson? Bear? Guarding his precious bear egg.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light.
That'd be a nice painting if it had more pixels.
That everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the two.
Xbox is kind of honking. I don't know if you can hear that. Sorry.
The fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have
Any
concocted
manuscript
in your
pages
mind?
of-
You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. Thomas Zane. Memory of a dear friend and a poet.
I never get tired of this view.
I can't really see a lot. It's real foggy.
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but woods.
Yeah, I think so. Cover there.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with.
Just write some real horrifying stuff.
Your nightmares, this should
Like
come as an
Afterbirth,
immense
in which a
relief.
mutated placenta
doesn't,
attacks Bristol.
Why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself
palms of my
now.
hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin
Oh,
the
he's so
journey
wibbly
towards
wobbly.
your
There
recovery.
you go. Just try and point him in the right direction.
Come along. Let's go inside.
That guy again.
Now here's the entrance to the office wing. That's our staff only.
Scary.
What are you pin? Oh,
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I'm over here.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes,
That's not.
and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice enough.
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate
Aw.
to be out there tonight.
Yeah, you want to get that inside, bud.
Come, Alan. This way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your
Oh,
room.
bear.
You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and/or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative process. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored for you. Engagement therapy, trademark, and its sister method, the flow, trademark, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. The boys!
Killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And
Oh, I think he didn't do a murder. I'm guessing he didn't do a murder?
Odin and
I'm guessing he just really annoyed a nurse.
Now, should I put this?
No reason.
A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they
They're
lived
perfect.
on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Is that
Oh,
Jigsaw?
that'll do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan.
Is it like a
but
board
Howard's
game?
acting up. I'd
It's
better
a Night
get
Springs
on.
board game, I
We'll
know what it
continue
is.
this soon.
It was just like the logo with like a few like meeple on it.
Return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down.
Fuck of Hatman. You don't have a hat cob on in your body. I
All
agree.
you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy.
Oh,
I was
buried?
convinced he was lying to me.
I want to read
about
Bear.
everything.
I think it's that again.
Crazy or not,
I want to read
the
that
Andersons
again.
made more sense.
Oh, wine. I think he was just bad because he hadn't had his morning wine.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Doc's got me looking after Wake.
He's got to be talking about the old gods of Asgard, right? Yeah. It's got to be.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself.
Oh.
It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
This is fine. Am I returning to my room? Was my room up here? Yeah, it was.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
You just start pressing the keys, Alan. Getting them in the right order. No, that's the trick.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
You know, Alan writes his novels in one long run-on sentence.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies.
Someone has to call in later and add in all the commas and full stops.
He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love
Oh,
tap.
jeez.
The crazy old fart hit her hard.
Oh, yeah, maybe they did do him like that.
She had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
I'm taking it.
Something said examine. Well, this is Hammond's office, right? He said the man put his arts in there.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maude could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan. The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry.
None of these is landscapes. And this one has trees in it. If you look behind the ghost.
Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of.
Ma'am, you should not be with Alan. No one should be with Alan. Oh, Doug. And those are clearly taken.
What would you say to him if he'd listen?
You can tell because they have a very specific set of skills.
Just some stranger who resembles you, looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't have to say this.
I'm just trying to get the camera into a place where it's near enough the recorder that it's quite loud. We gotta look in Alan's ear hole for a minute, it's fine. Alice, you should go. You should run. Alan sucks. Oh, we're opening this part of the wall.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't mean to cut him off, but... Oh well.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you
Barry's
see?
pretty good.
Together we can create something absolutely...
But he hangs out with Alan a lot, so...
With your ability and mine.
Sucks to suck.
Hartman followed the falling Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat.
Quick
The
break
fire floated and
for
kept
this.
burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Ooh, that's a bedroom. Right now we have a gun and no torch, which is way worse than having a torch and no gun. Especially given the situation. Yep, didn't want to go that way actually.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Good point. It's not wrong. I think I might be meant to go to this thing. Whoops, wrong button. Whoops. That'll do. Don't see any other treasure. Who does? Table. You get a flare? Why flare? Why flare? Game, you can't take that flare back. You told me there was a flare.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Probably don't need to be trying every door. Probably got more pressing things to be doing. Oh. This is fine. We have to dodge the orb. That'll do. We are leaving. Never mind. That counted if I had iframes. Let me just stumble over here, Deadquay.
I'm here.
Just waddle this way. Ah, it's fine now. The dark presence entirely localized in that one hallway. Take a thermos for your trouble.
Car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Thanks, Barry. Cheers, lad. Is this fine? Why hit me? I had a really good job just then. I mean, I didn't see that one at all, but, you know, other than that. Who? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't need to get both kids. Yeah, it's not a good house. It's not doing great. Left-hand wall. Left-hand wall. Takes as long as it takes, Barry. That's how the left-hand wall works. Birds, but not enough to be a problem. I hear coming up behind me. No? Okay, there was a guy coming up behind me. He was just slightly slower than I'd expected.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon.
Dragon,
It took a
you
special
said.
kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Left them all. Okay. I could hear you stepping. You got nothing, bud. I saw that guy too. Hang on, hang on. Just realized I didn't have enough bullets in the gun to actually kill it. Wait, hang on. Left ammo. Where am I going? Oh, manuscript.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked
Thank you,
leading
left-hand
Wake,
wall.
who was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
What do you mean, Hartman? Why would you think... Hartman, they only annoy you. Everyone else loves those guys.
The channel, turn it off. We don't want any fighting. It makes people sad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 pills in the evening. And then
Yeah, I'm dealing with birds as well. Birds won't come near flares. They'll, like, dissipate when they hit them. I mean, sometimes they'll still kind of get you, but, you know. Oh, that were a bad dodge, huh? I think there's 2 lots of birds. A little hard to keep track. I think it's just the one actually. It just taking me a lot. Just doing little donuts. Come on. I guess if you're not paying attention to them, they attack you a lot more often. Makes sense. I do the same thing. I throw out twice as many spin kicks if the person's not looking. So... Not doing 100% on the batteries right now. We're not in like danger zone yet, but you know, we could have more batteries. We got a double barrel, that's pretty nice. Really, the torch upgrades tend to be better than the gun upgrades, because you spend more time, like, getting the deck off them than you do killing them. Plus, like, the revolver will just stunlock a man to death. It's less, you know, effective if you can't kill the man in one clip, but It's not a clip. It's a revolver. In 6 shots.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important.
It's not a clip. It's a magazine. It's a revolver.
Mott
Good
was calling
grief.
the shots now. He'd expected Wake
It's
to
not.
whimper
It's not a
and grovel,
magazine.
but instead, he seemed willing to fight.
Don't at me.
He'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Anyone we need to shotgun in here? That seems a little unfair. Like, I'd quite thoroughly. I mean, he 100% just materialized there. Anything that gets him out of the way is a good thing, though. Being able to one-shot the wiggly lads is pretty nice. You better not try anything, Wheelbarrow. I knew you would, Wheelbarrow! I warned you. Cool. It's one or two. I knew I heard him yell, but I didn't click dodge in time because I needed to kill that one guy. He yelled down my ear before he stabbed me. Horrible. Don't do that much damage, but they do stun lock you for like a fair amount of time. Like, they always hit you twice. So the being wibbled around for that long can be as bad as the initial getting hit. It's quite a bit of shotgun going around, huh? Just peeking this way. See? Manuscript.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Jeez, Alan. You're real gross. You get punched in the nose a lot. That could be a you problem. Barry, does this door open?
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Okay. It's... Unbelievable. Dyslexic apricots? Why are they banned? My best friend, dyslexic apricots? Unbelievable. It's because they're a robot. That's why they're banned. We don't tolerate that kind of tomfoolery here. Where are you coming from? think enemies in Alan Wake are more aggressive when you're not looking at them, as opposed to most games where, you know, they stop when you're not looking at them. Barry, we good? Barry, thank you. They were in 2,000 chats. That'll do it.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
The most powerful enemy in Alan Wake. Stealth. It strikes again. Al, how did you manage to fall out? Put your fucking seatbelt on, Al. Oh, that did hurt.
I had lost my gun in the
He's got a tummy ache.
Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry!
I ain't gonna use all my bullets anyway. By I lost my gun, he means I lost my handgun and my shotgun and my flare gun and also my flashlight and all the flares I was carrying in the crash.
Forget that. Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
Nah, don't tell me what I can't do.
Al, there's something moving down here.
Barry,
Okay,
it's a
fair.
taken. Use a flare, Barry.
He doesn't want me to just jump off the cliff and kill myself, I see.
Barry, are you all right?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and...
It's a better idea to tell him to go somewhere with lights than tell him to stand in the middle of the forest and get
This
eaten.
would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch
In
up.
fairness. Trust Barry's initiative here. Oh, those are actual enemies. No, wrong button. I keep doing that and I don't know why. Please don't flash at me. It's making the game very difficult to see anything in. Oh heck, it's just a manuscript. Well, I guess we take those.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved.
Fam's best one.
Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, He didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
What is that? I would really like to not be out of breath right now. Alan, do you think you could run like more than 3 feet before you start getting all tuckered out? I think there were a thing between them and me, so they're probably not that close. Probably hit that and bounced away.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
It bounces back pretty quick, at least.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight.
Nightingale fucking hates
Biting his teeth,
Alan
he tried to get
almost
up
as much as I do.
He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
That's nice. Whoops. I saw that on the way over. I just completely forgot on the way back. Why did we want that though? Can I move that? Actually, can I move that? I can move that. Just give it a minute to settle. It's fine, see?
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy
Take
without a
that.
weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
No batteries. This is a step in the right direction though. Trust no one in the dark. It's not ideal. Damn me too. I was going one way and then I doubled back and went the other and I shouldn't have, and it's clearly a mistake. Unforced error. Let me just bully this guy. I did that with just half a dang battery. I'm the best.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry.
It's that one guy stealing moonshine. Probably. Alan, would you rather he have just stayed in the forest? Because you know what happens to people who are wandering around in the forest. We will take the heavy-duty flashlight. I don't think there's a downside to picking up the heavy-duty flashlight from the regular one. We'll take the coffee thermos too. I think it's just the same, except you can fit more batteries in it. You can put 3 in instead of 2.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead.
And it lasts longer because you can have an extra battery.
See the damage soon.
The ratio's the same, but you know. To be fair though, anytime it gives you a flashlight, there's not really a downside to picking it up. It tends to just give you a better one, if it ever offers.
the story goes.
I had seen glimpses.
Please give me that page.
I had seen the dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free. In my dream, it was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Them's not manuscript pages. Also that one. That one's not a manuscript page either. Oh, I don't have a gun. I remember. I know what the situation is. I guess we read this.
Dawn as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors.
Tara and Odin
were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the
not a bad thing. We take those. We can kill a man now if we have to. Running away is always valid. Again, the enemies don't give you anything when you kill them. You just use up the things that you spent in that fight and gain nothing. It's just that, you know, you have to go through them, and there tends to be enough stuff around. I got the perfect dodge there, but I don't think he actually threw it. Looked calculated. We'll just say that it definitely was. I heard him coming. Just kind of want to head in a this way sort of direction. There's a few lads after us. A little bit far. Let's try and make some distance. Not today. You'll remember this is the day you almost cut Captain Jack Sparrow.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here?
It's Thermos. Thermos is here. Oh, jeez. Shallow. Hi, friends. You got beans? You can plant those here. If you want. We're a drunk uncle walking around in the woods. We're out for a nice night walk in the ghost woods. Something hurts. Was Chat? Chat bit me? Possibly. How's it going? You have the beans. You fine?
You were in jail the other day.
Oh.
I went to the farm again.
Could have got punched by the chair.
It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it.
They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny.
I think you should have drank that if it made that much blood happen.
Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him.
What are you playing, Shella? Oh. Final Fantasy 14.
Follow-up to a real good movie.
And also SpongeBob. Had to stop because I'm too tired to focus on chat. Just fucking play your game. Just let them wither. Who cares about chat? Fuck them.
Anyway.
I mean, I guess you could always switch to your server to do that. Thanks for raiding over.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't
I like
save
them to
Alice.
say funny words.
It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her and me and
We're always
everybody in
like,
this town.
Fruity, the stream's not working. There's no frames and the sound's fucked. And it's like, I just wanted this to go away. So I can play my video games. If only there were a way to play video games without chat. I'd jump right on that.
I'm going to change this. I'll escape.
Someone should invent that.
I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay
You're
true for
wrong,
this to
Alan.
work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain
Camera,
the hero will
what?
succeed or
Stop
even survive.
shuffling.
He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Am I done investigating the cabin now? I think I'm done investigating the cabin. I hope there's no one behind me. Just get out the big gun while we're doing this. Alan's pretty dexterous to be able to keep the torch perfectly level while he pulls out a shotgun.
Distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Hang on, I'm gonna check the outhouse for treasure.
Trouble down at the farm.
There's no ammo in there. We know
Bad
this.
for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself.
There's nothing.
But
There's
Mary
toilet paper. I
was
can't pick
Mary.
that up. Ah. Almost went off the edge. Let's just pretend. Hang on. Trying to hide that thermos from me in plain sight? Unbelievable. I don't know how many of those we've got now. I think I've got an achievement for it. Probably like half. Might be interesting to see how many of those I managed to sniff out. I don't know which way... Which way is treasure and which way is real way? I mean, it's got... This has to be... There has to be treasure up. It's a Firewatch. There's always treasure in the Firewatch. We're going to the Firewatch. That one your car's weird and it has, like, a black hole in the back. An untextured sheet. They're really worried about fires here. Hunting rifle? Yeah, actually, there's so much ammo for that. Please give me the hunting rifle. Yeah, we take those.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm
I'm not gonna
we
let
all
him
felt coming
do the whole
is
thing.
finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least.
It's spooky out.
Let me read that missing persons alert again. The sheriff's department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's injured.
It's Alan's wife who hates him because he's horrible. Nah. I'll just run the big man over. Never mind. They all stood too close to the big man. I'd already called my shot. Whoa! I didn't know there were Tokyo drifting in this. The car controls are not the worst I've ever, like, played, but, like, maybe top 10. It's very strange. Also, there's lots of men chasing them. Young, cool, right, bulldozer? No. Excavator, even. Should probably have stopped and ran some of these lads over before. Also, should probably not be using the rifle on them. They don't deserve it. These two can get the rifle. These are the ones who take 3 revolver rounds. Didn't realize he was a big one, because he wasn't using a hammer or an axe. Instead of a big old branch. It's normally how I tell. They do look kind of similar. They're just very slightly larger men who walk slightly slower. Sorry about the horrible excavator noises in the back there. It's part of there being a horrible excavator around. Alan, please. You have to stop being out of breath at some point.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't
Look
really
at that.
sunk in
Look at
until I saw
that.
the stage.
Oh, gods of Asgard.
Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
God damn.
Let's
so
fucking
glad
go.
you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Ooh, heavy duty lantern. Now we're talking. Please take the thing. That'd be nice. I'm getting treasure. Oh god. Oh, it's not going well. I got the thing there, but he didn't actually dodge. He counted. I didn't die. He knows I wanted to dodge, or I would have exploded and been dead. Flashbangs, that's not bad. A lot going on. Everyone leave me alone? There's so many items here. Please shoot. I had one more shot than that. Don't need that. I'll take the flares. Oh, hang on. A lot of them out there. I think they mostly got exploded by the pyrotechnics. I think I saw one running around. No, okay. Definitely people throwing stuff though. The lantern's really handy. I don't think you can, like, physically dodge while working the bolt on the rifle. I already had a revolver, Alan. Alan? Alan? Can we have the shotgun, please? Alan, I'm holding down B. I don't know what else you want. The thing just says hold B, but when I hold B, you don't do it. Okay, we have shotgun. Took a minute. We got there in the end. Ooh. Lantern's so much faster than regular. Where'd he go? Also, give me that thermos. That one fucking dude! Oh, it's kind of cool. Oh, the funny old man. Sorry, the old gods of Asgard. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
There's so much treasure in all of these that it takes like 5 minutes for Alan to pick it all up. We're doing hard and stuff. Actually, we're doing pretty dang good on stuff. It always gives you like a little bit more than you need, so... Over the course of a level, you eventually end up having max shotgun shells, max pistol ammo, 6 flares, and a flashbang. We don't have a flare gun yet. We could probably have got one by now. This is probably like a hidden cache for one.
No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it when we get the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time.
It's kind of good. And Barry helped. And we love Barry.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake.
What are we doing here? I did cut off Barry again, huh? Is that a longboat? I think that's a longboat.
Done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Shut up.
Night Springs.
Watching my show.
Your first real writing job. What got you started?
That's why there's only one of these in each level.
Vice versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
I didn't wanna. I just. He took too long to say what he had to say. No. Oh jeez, I didn't see you right over. I know. How is Kaz? Is OBS behaving?
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh wow.
Barry, stop wiggling your torch as well. I'm watching my show.
He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
How do I get the TV to be like?
I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Behaving this time.
Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with
What a
the
writer
sunrise,
Alan
and
Wake
they say
is.
That's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that.
We've not had a battery problem really yet. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just keeps throwing this stuff at me.
So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm. Hey, something's happening here. Yeah? What's that? What? Can't you hear that?
I've took the worst possible start on the rock shore. Just almost died instantly. Jeez. But it kind of made it more fun because I was on 1 health for the rest of it. Dang. That episode doesn't even end properly. Alan's pulling out all the stops. Oh, that's Thermos. Stream tells just Alan today because I forgot to set one. Kesh had to come in and tell me this wasn't Anodyne, which is true. Got a point there.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back. The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
What are you saying, Gam? You suggesting something? The 1975 Ragnarok Thor, be awed by celestial wrath and fury. Dead some places. I feel bad breaking the stuff, but if they were here, they'd have thought that was cool. Everyone just leave me alone? I know there were another guy. Several other guys. Whoop. Someone yelling, throwing stuff? Hooting and hollering? Oh dear. What are you doing? That were a boss one.
I think we can make it through here, Al.
He's somewhere. He's not gone away. Oh. He went away. Why spawn that man right there? That's a little close. Tell you what. Oh. Thought you were dead. There we go. We have used all of the flashbangs. We're down to the flares now. We still like the flares. The flares are really good. Flashbangs are better though. Flares push everyone away from you. Flashbangs just kill them. Barry, I can't see. It's too bright here.
Wow, those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single. Be careful, Al!
Probably shouldn't. Oh, you meant the music and not the moonshine? I understand. Yes on the music. No on the wizard booze.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
They've still got the right attitude. I think they could make a comeback at 70. They hit a nurse with a hammer earlier. That's pretty metal. We already have a heavy-duty lantern. Lantern does so much more damage. I think he uses battery faster. It might not even. Well, it is heavy-duty, so this is the one with that takes 3 batteries. But it does like double damage as well. The regular lantern, I guess, is... It's more of a trade-off? I don't know. This one's just really fucking good. It's less... The picture's less long than for the heavy-duty flashlight, I guess. I should have listened to that man for a minute. I like that man. Just a nice lad. Like to hear him. The one where they're just talking about like true love. These nice old dudes. Oh, it's just adorable. We're full on everything. Yeah, this looks like we're gonna have a... yeah. We're gonna have a problem. I think. Fine, I just got hit by a hay bale, not the thresher. We can take those. That were almost a problem. That's a lot. That sounds high. 65 billion cows and pigs in the world. I think I dodged that. I think. I'm gonna check in the little shed that he burst out of. This is probably the right way, huh? Seems devoid of treasure. Pump action shotgun's like not a exciting weapon. It's just like an upgrade to the revolver, really. Damage is just not quite high enough to be like exciting. That said, to be fair, like all of the weapons are fairly beefy. The revolver's not like bad.
Yeah, it's me.
And you always have so much ammo for it.
Hey, let's go, man.
Got any treasure in there where you hiding? In the still? I don't know why I checked, because I'd already been in there. I would have taken that treasure.
Together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Ah!
I barely touched it and it opened immediately. What are you talking about?
We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
I'm gonna check out this. Is this where I came in? No, I came in right from in front of the barn. I remember that because the guy came out of it. Well, there wasn't anything there anyway. I like all the shields. And the chainsaw stuck in the tree. That's a nice touch. A fun little decoration. Old gods know the truth.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Yeah, but what if I want to look for treasure and touch everything? Think about that. Barry, 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 I will shoot you with my shotgun if you don't get out of the way. It's fine, we have a system. This is how we operate. He's my property, and I can strike him if I wish.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Oh.
They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
This is such a weird glowing nightstand. It's fine. This isn't like a copyright infringing song being played right now, right?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming
It's an old Gods of
That's the
Asgard
message the
original.
Orsons talked about. That's the whole reason
I'm
we're
hoping.
here.
Yeah, it is. They're singing about Alan Wake. It's fine. We're safe.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
Okay, the witch's cabin key.
Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night.
Barry,
and
that's
head
an
back to town
impressively
as soon
loud
as it
shirt.
gets
I don't think I've congratulated you on that before.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And
Don't
by
drink
rest,
that.
I
It's got
mean
wizard
drunk.
water in it.
Come on, Barry, this is...
You'll get possessed.
Yeah, what the hell?
This is when they get drunk.
No, seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find
I forgot that happened.
right? And even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, god damn it.
Correct.
Oh, right.
Just
God
wanted to,
damn
I
it.
could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth. A suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened.
There he is.
I remembered
I'm
being
very
surprised
wibbly
to
in
see the
first
cabin
person.
dark.
Like when I
Alice
tap
would
the
have
analog
never
stick,
turned
he
the
takes
lights
like 3 steps and just slides. Just very slidey.
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript.
There he is.
I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Oh, there she is.
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
No.
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
I think I've still got the same controls as when I was Ellen in not first person, is why I'm so slidey and wibbly.
She dug her nails into my brain and used me.
Oh,
made me
jeez.
her puppet.
I think she just rused you, Alan. I think you're just dumb.
Upstairs and yes, that's where she is. You can apologize. Together and put it behind you.
What?
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so.
Al's here.
No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
What time is that?
She
I think
had
that's
Alice,
right.
And the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Like 9:10. Maybe that's right. What time of year is it?
Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back.
Alan, I don't know what you type in, but you hit the J key twice. There's not a lot of words with 2 J's in them. Not a lot of words with a double J.
No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone.
Now the QWERTY keyboard layout
But I had written him into the
actually just puts all the worst letters in the most easily accessible places. Because the idea was to make people have to type slower. Because early computers could not deal with people clicking the buttons too fast. It turns out, on average, once people like learn the layout and stuff, if you just arrange the letters in alphabetical order, it's faster than QWERTY.
I had woken up, confused and groggy. My mind consumed by darkness and fear.
That's a
All I
keyboard
could do was
fact.
to escape.
That's what you came here for.
The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
Thanks, Tom.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
That was the worst line read I've ever heard. Could he not do a second take on that? He sounded like he was doing Alan Wake's drunk voice.
Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more.
Wow. Is there 5 or is there 6 chapters? He had some moonshine before. There was some left over, so he had a little drink before Alan woke up while they were waiting. 6 chapters. Well, that'll be a good number to do next time then, I suppose. There'll be one long one and then I think one short one. And that's a stream. I will go get something to eat, I think.
Someone will come for it when
Once everyone's done chatting.
So he wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe in the light.
I think the last one's really quick. I think it's like, I might be wrong. Might be wrong. It's probably like as long as the first couple.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI.
FBI stole my shitty novel. Fuck.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now?
We're in jail now. Ah, jeez. Well, everyone, we're in jail now. It's not looking good for Alan to succeed in his quest. This is the one where you're running through the town, like, just shooting... FBI are just reading the garbage manuscripts and just chuckling in the back. That's probably what's happening. I don't have anyone on. Does anyone got anyone on? No. One second. Never mind, it takes too long for the ads to play. The ads are too long. I'm just going to stop streaming. So, y'all going to have to go your own separate ways. Sorry about that. I've got no one on. That's all for now. I'll see you next time. Bye, folks.